No, not yet. When you hear the music come up and then it'll go down and then I'll start talking.
Cool. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you. Sounds good.
Awesome. You can see me okay as well?
Yep.
All right. I want a shirt for you, Babz.
Good morning, beautiful people. The wheels do indeed keep turning. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. Oh, it's Thursday, and I'm talking to one of my favorite people on the planet, my brother, James Oliver.
What is up?
CEO and inventor, founder of WeMontage. But today we're here talking about parentpreneur. That's parents who are entrepreneurs.
That's
It's no easy feat having kids underfoot and trying to do this entrepreneurial thing. But people do it.
That's right.
When you're called to it, you do it and you try to find ways to make it work. So James is out here, one, being an entrepreneur, and two, as he goes along, giving us tips on how to do this thing. We have kids underfoot.
Yeah.
Welcome, James Oliver, back. I haven't seen you. You haven't been on this show in a couple of years.
It's always good to talk to you. I feel like once we get started, it's just hard to stop.
You look great.
Yeah?
Are you aging backwards?
Listen, I'm doing the Benjamin Buttons on y'all, man. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Mindset over everything. What?
All right, I need a shirt like that because you are aging backwards, my friend. And I'm not happy about that.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I'll be 50 in a month. That's crazy.
You'll be 50?
In a month.
I know, and you can't celebrate. Boo-hoo.
Listen,
well,
man,
you'll find a way.
I'm celebrated. I'm thankful. I'm on this. Any day on this side of the dirt is a great day.
I think you're right. So let's get right into this entrepreneurial life.
Crazy.
We were talking before we got on air, and you were saying something about how even though this is a tough time for everybody, this is kind of a perfect time for people to focus, get clarity, and tune up their pitches and all that kind of stuff. Talk about that.
Yeah. No, so like for me, what inspires that thinking is the Chinese symbol. I mean, it's not Chinese because, it's Mandarin and Cantonese and all that, but the Chinese symbol for opportunity is widely known to be the same symbol as a crisis. So within the crisis lies opportunity. And it's all a matter of perspective. And, if you just go Google this sort of thing, so many great ideas were birthed during times like this. Everything has literally slowed down, right? So this is a perfect opportunity to just sit quietly, go within yourself and meditate. If that's what you do for inspiration, and just ponder the questions like, okay, what is it I really want to do? Like, what is it that's really on my heart that I've been procrastinating for the longest time? And, what you'll find is, people are very accessible right now. Most people are not as busy as they used to be. I've been him every day. Every day I'm sending probably like 10 cold emails. I'm hitting people up on LinkedIn. I'm connecting with people on Twitter. And a lot of those people are getting back to me. Email, people are getting back, So for me, I think last time I was here, we talked about the book, which the book is called The More You Hustle, the luckier you get, you can be a successful parentpreneur. And I wrote that book. I started writing that book back in 2014 by my blog, treplifedad.com. And I knew I was going to use the content from the blog as inspiration for the book. And that's exactly what I did. In 2017, I published the book. But the reason I wrote the book is to inspire millions of parentpreneurs, people who are parents and entrepreneurs, like you said, around the world to be the best possible parent and entrepreneur they can be, right? So within that, I knew after I published the book, I'm like, all right, one of these days, I'm going to sell my business for $50 million, and I'm going to take $1 million of my own money, and I'm going to use that to leverage up and raise millions more and create a foundation to support those people. Because like you said, being a parent and an entrepreneur, you know, parenting has its own, you know, obviously you love your kids. It's a wonderful thing, but you know, it's challenging, right? Entrepreneurship, we already know that that's hard. Like 75-80% of new businesses in the first year, whatever. But you combine those two things and it's just like, well, damn, like it's just next level, crazy. So, and those people, they need real support because, you know, there's the pressure of the business, there's the pressure of the family, the pressure of your relationship, your partnership, if you're married, have a spouse. You know, you have to be sufficiently present for all that. You got to be, you know, mentally healthy. You got to be thinking clearly and getting inspired and responding to inspiration you need to move your business forward. And, you know, it's hard. And so what I decided to do is, instead of waiting, you know, I had a meeting in Starbucks about 2 months ago with some friends who were in town. And they were like, yo, like, why are you waiting to do your foundation? Like, do it now. I was like, dang, like, okay. Right? Like, yeah, why am I waiting? These people need help and inspiration now. So this slowdown has been a perfect opportunity. In a day and a half, Babz, I put together the business model for the foundation and put up a landing page for the foundation. And I'm telling you, like, the response has been great. I'm just ramping up the PR machine around this right now. I'm connecting with, you know, philanthropists and money people. We're going to get this money. We're going to get the people on board. So the vision is to give away $10,000 a year to, you know, ultimately 100 parentpreneurs globally. So that'll be $1 million a year. But beyond that, you know, we're going to be focusing on, you know, one specific type of entrepreneur, business vertical, if you will. Most likely it will be entrepreneurs who have products for sales, who sell them with an e-commerce presence. Why? Because that's what I know. And we can't help everybody. So we got to try to filter it down somehow, right? So in addition to those 100 people that will get the money, those additional 900 people around the globe, I mean, I see your thing, Africa. I got people from Africa already signing up for this thing. So I know, no, I do. I'm already on the right track to have a global impact. I know, right? So those people, I'm talking about, what resources can we wrap around these people to help them, not just with their business, but also with their relationships, their mental health, and their parenting. So for example, you know, Amazon, yes, I'm coming to you, Amazon. I already got a contact there. We want to give away 1 free year of servers for these people, a credit. They already do that, so that's not a stretch for them. You know, I want to go to, if you have young children, I want to go to Kimberly-Clark. Yeah, I'm coming for you too, Kimberly-Clark. You know, we're going to give away 1 free year of diapers. You got young kids. You know, then I'm going to go to, you know, for example, like Kids Are Kids. You got a young kid. Hey, we want to donate 1 free year of daycare for 1 kid, right? Bottles.
And that's huge.
Huh? What?
That's huge. Daycare is huge.
This is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. So, you know, and then like mental health, like what mental health resources can we bring to bear for these people to make sure they keep their minds right so they can execute their business, be good parents? What kind of, I mean, I could go on and on with these things that we're going to do for these people. So it's lifestyle, you know, business resources, partnering with foundations, with tools for them, creating a community for people who have a support group. But, you know, these things will put money back in people's pockets, give them tools and resources to help them grow their businesses so they're more successful as a parent, more successful as an entrepreneur. They'll be better parents. The children will turn out better. We're making better human beings all around. The world's a better place. I don't have to worry as much about for my children growing up in a janky world, right? That's my contribution to humanity.
You have a lot of energy.
I don't know. I told you I'd be 50. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know.
But this came out of what you experienced. This is your real life, your real lived experience.
That it's authentic that way, right? So I'm not.
WeMontage is your. I mean, that's where you cut your teeth on, right?
Right. So yeah.
WeMontage, which is
right. So let's talk about that because we didn't talk about that if we can. So
yes.
WeMontage.com is the world's only website that lets you turn your digital images into peel and stick photo wallpaper. It is, and I'm not just saying it because I created it, it's brilliant. It is an innovative, unique way to display your pictures, but more importantly, why do we display pictures, right? The pictures we display, look at the stuff behind you. That stuff's behind you because it inspires you in some way. But ultimately, it makes you happy, right?
Yes.
Yes, makes you happy. So we display images because they make us happy. And what we've discovered is you look at things like picture frames and canvas prints, and you could cover an entire wall with a WeMontage. I mean, our customers are like, oh my God, this thing makes me so happy. Why? Because it's big, it's bold, it's beautiful, it's clear, great photo quality. And there's so many pictures, if you want, you could see it from across the room. People talk about it all the time. It just makes you feel good. So we really are like delivering happiness, to use, I think as Zappos' line, delivering happiness with our WeMontages. So WeMontage is great. I'm still waiting for that thing to like catch like fire. But I know and I trust and I believe because I have tremendous faith around that. I have faith in myself, I have faith in God. And I know just for validation, customer validation, I have one customer that spent $20,000 with us. You don't just, it's hard to just build something and make something that somebody will come find on Google and just come and drop $800. Product unseen. It's hard to do.
Well, the cool thing about the product is that because I saw the pieces where if your kid is going off to college and in your dorms you went to college, you went to your house, you went to college. You can't just put stuff on the walls now, right? They frown on that now. So you can peel something and put it there, and you don't have to leave it. You take it with you. Right. It goes wherever you go.
That's right. That's right. The other thing is, so let's think about that business in the context of what's happening right now. So there's two things. Most people are working from home, right? So it's a great opportunity. So I don't have one behind me right now because I'm actually about to put one. My dog just passed away. I had to put her down. So I'm going to put one of my dogs.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah. Just, we can't talk about it because I'll cry. Let's move on. Huh? Yeah, no, we can't talk about it. I don't want to cry. But I'm going to put one behind me of my dog. And so all these people are working from home. And most people, unlike you, don't really have an interesting backdrop behind them. Like, so we do these Zoom videos and like put some pictures of your family, whatever inspires you, some vacation pics. It's a unique way. It's a great conversation started with the people you're on with, and it brightens up your home office, and give you a little inspiration, make you feel a little bit better about the space you're in. So that's one. And then two is, let's talk about social distancing with senior loved ones in assisted living facilities and nursing homes. We can't go visit those people right now.
Yeah.
Those people are isolated and probably feeling lonely, right? That condition already has its own set of like depression and mental health issues around it. But now we home, we got the rug racks and whatnot running all over the place, taking pictures. Like, I'm taking, you see all the pictures I post. I'm taking pictures of them jokers all the time, right? But, so you got these pictures of the family, make a WeMontage, send it to your senior loved one, help them stay connected to you guys during these self-isolating times.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's probably one of the best things to think about around this time, particularly when you cannot go visit your loved one.
Yeah, and Mother's Day is coming up soon too, right? Mother's Day is coming up. You can't go see Mama. Send Mama a WeMontage of you in the Rugrats.
Who knows when we'll be able to get back there to go visit people?
Right? It probably won't be in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, James, talk a little bit about your road to being an entrepreneur. Like, what is it about entrepreneurs that they know that they want to be entrepreneurs?
Listen, man, we crazy.
There's something unique about folks.
We crazy.
All right, that's one thing.
So, man, for me, I've known for a long, 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 long time. So back when I was in college, right, I used to, I had a production company with a couple buddies, and we used to give parties and fly entertainers down from New York and whatnot to do really creative things here in Atlanta. I mean, we were doing something back then that people to this day are still talking about. I'm like, why are you still talking about that? Okay. But I was an accounting major. And like I desperately wanted to change my major, but my folks weren't having it. And because I was like top of my class in accounting, but I hated it. So I wanted to change my major to communications. And that's, you know, I don't have a lot of regrets in life. That's the one decision right there that I regret. Because, you know, going down that path, it wasn't the right path for me. And I was not temperamentally suited to do that. I mean, yeah, I can do it. I'm good at it. You know, I mean, I'm good enough with like numbers and understand numbers in finance. So I'm rare in that I'm really good with people. I'm good with numbers and stuff. So that's a rare combination, right? Like I just told you, I put that business model together. I'll do the financial model on that stuff in the next couple of days. All that will be mapped out. I'm going to do all that myself. That's rare that, and I'm going to go raise the money. I'm raising the money and doing the networking and all that stuff, right? So it's rare that people can do all those things. But I've known for a long time, like even back in high school, like I was like hello side hustle thing going on. You know what I mean? So for me, it's inherent, and that's why I was like, you know what, man, I'm done with all this foolishness. I am going to plant my flag, be authentically who I am. And I love, there was this one video I watched in Oprah, and I talked about this in the book. Actually, you can get the book on Amazon. It's the more you hustle, the luckier you get. The reviews are incredible. You know, I just changed the cover. Did you see that cover?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that thing. Love that thing with me and the kids. So Oprah, she was interviewing somebody, and she said that whenever you make a conscious decision to really be what you think you're supposed to be, oh boy, you best buckle up, man. Because you know, them negative forces going to be out to get you, boy. You got to buckle up. That's where your faith is really going to come into play. That's why you got to really keep your mental health right. That's why you got to have a good support network of like-minded individuals. Don't fool with the dream killers, the people telling you, oh, why do you want to start up something right now? The world is in a lockdown. Don't listen to those people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get you some like-minded people that you can connect with. That's my
yes. That seems to be key and critical, because people can talk you out of stuff, and it's really not. They're not really talking to you. They're really talking to themselves.
Listen, because they too scared themselves, and that's okay for them, right? They can stay there if they want to stay there. But for you, if you really willing, and look, I ain't nobody telling you to just like quit your day job if you still got a job. That is at this point, right? But you know, be smart about it. But you got to get started. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with what? The first step, right? So take the steps, be smart, do your homework, you know, put something out there. If you got a product that you want to make or sell, build what they call a minimum viable product, just like a super scaled down version of it, and get it in front of your would-be customers. Ask them what they think. If they're like, yo, this is dope. All right, how much you gonna pay me for it? All right, nothing? Okay, why not? Oh, because this thing is not right. Okay, well, go back, make that thing right. Hit them up again and say, well, what about now? What you think? No, it's just like, it's this iterative process, right? Build, measure, learn. Build something, get it in front of people, measure the results, you know, learn some stuff and do it again. That's it.
So that brings me to your Shark Tank experience.
Oh, Lord.
Right? Because you had a Shark Tank experience. And I don't know, I mean, you know, you were on a couple of years back when I was new to this, and when I first started with this station. And we talked a little bit about it, but remind people of that process a little bit, because that's exactly what you did. You took a product in front of some folks.
Yeah.
They had their opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm doing that every day too with my website, WeMontage.com. But so actually I auditioned twice for the tank. I made it past the first round, didn't get on, but I did get on. CNBC had their own version of Shark Tank. It was called the West Texas Investors Club. So I was on that, and you know, I'll put it to you this way: if I ever decide to go on one of those shows again, I am going to bring the drama. I'm not going to let those creative, executive, producer people sit around and try to create a narrative, because what they did, they conflated some conversations, created this false, really negative narrative about me, right? And they ran with that. And yeah, I didn't get a deal. Like, that's fine. I didn't actually think that those people could really help my business anyway. I was there for the exposure, you know, but because they painted me so negatively, like, well, that's not why. I mean, the show wasn't that popular, which is why it's canceled, right? So, I mean, I was thankful I got some sales from it, but not nearly as much as, you know, I thought I would have gotten. But if I go back on a show like that, my whole demeanor will be different. It's going to be like, okay, Miss Investor, you want 20% of my business? Like, what exactly are you going to do to earn it? How many portfolio companies? Oh yeah, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. How many portfolio companies do you have under your group right now? 20? Okay, so how much time will you literally be able to spend every day working on WeMontage? How much?
So would you consider it? Because, you know, there's that show that's on now is pretty popular.
Tank?
And people have, I mean, I think people have gotten good success. It's still on.
Some people have, but I also know, I have a good friend who went on that show. She got a deal with somebody who shall remain nameless because of their NDA. And they got a deal for $250,000 on TV. After it was all done, I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 35. First, he offered them $25,000 with some horrible terms. They rejected it. They went back. I think they got $35,000. The deal was they had to pre-sell the product, and then that person was going to come in and write a check to get the stuff shipped from China. So my person, they went on, they pre-sold the product. They went hard. It was a really great product, inspiring value proposition, a great why, helping who they were helping. And so when it came time for that Shark Tank person to write the check, they pulled out of the deal.
Wow.
So now my friends on social media are getting destroyed. Oh, you're a charlatan, all this, all that. She had to shut the business down and go get a regular job.
Wow.
So
that's not a happy story.
Listen, you talking about Shark Tank, like, I'm just here to say that those shows, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's just like social media in that way. I mean, I can tell you, I can't really talk about my West Texas Investors Club experience because I signed an NDA, right? But it's some aspects of that thing, the way, like, when they start the show and whatnot, that's not the way it happened. They like took us someplace and staged it to make it look that way. That's the way they do that stuff. It's not.
So that's a pitfall. So entrepreneurs have to be mindful of those kinds of pitfalls.
Well, but
those kinds of opportunities didn't exist 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, but
now they exist.
So the flip side of that is, okay, so let's say you do get on a tank, right? There are lots of success stories, like you said, about people going on and it really giving their business a big boost. But, you know, I would simply say, like, if you have some fundamental problem with your business, like the problem we were having with WeMontage at that time was customer acquisition. So for me to go on Shark Tank to get 20 million people to see it, to make it become part of the lexicon, create some awareness, a product awareness, because nobody's Googling peel and stick or removable photo wallpaper. So how do you make that part of people's consciousness to do it? So that's one great way to do it. Just be mindful of what you're getting into, you know, and just be smart about it, is all I'm saying. Go on there and do you, right? Mm-hmm. Don't let them do them, or don't let them get in your face. Oh, you're just here for the publicity. Well, you too. You're out here writing books and doing speaking and getting all these endorsements. Yeah, you too, MFer. Like, what? I ain't here for that. I'm saying. Don't get me started, Babz. You know I get fired up.
So much energy at 9 o'clock in the morning. So, all right. So the book, because I remember when you were walking through this process of doing this book.
Yeah.
And how you were laying it out, and the steps that you took, and what you were very conscious of putting in the book. So, and now it's reissued with a new cover, which is really nice because you've got a beautiful set of cherubs, and cherubs meaning twins.
Yes, yes.
And what? How old are they? 8, 7.
7. Oh. Like,
oh,
I don't even understand how that happened.
I around either. Stop feeding them.
Listen, them jokers eat me out of house and home, boy. Whew.
So now, do you think to sort of engage them at the entrepreneurial level about this could be something they could do? Because that's a tricky thing.
No, not really. I don't think it's tricky at all. So I haven't, the answer to your question is, that's a great question. I haven't started yet, but I'm going to. And so the other day, before, when this homeschool learning started, there was a question that they asked, like part of the assignment was, send us back some pictures of what you want to be. Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a fireman? Do you want to be this? Do you want to be that? I'm like, where's the I want to be financially free option? Listen. Because like I'm gonna put it in their heads right now. They want financial freedom. That's what they want, right? So yeah, let's figure out what your passion is, what your purpose is. But how do we get to financial freedom so that when you grow up, you can do whatever you want? So that's the example that I'm working to set for them. And like I saw some other thing online with some dad gave his daughter for her birthday a vending machine. Right?
Oh,
how great is that?
Oh,
right. How great is that? And then I'm in this Facebook group called Raising a Mogul. So if you have a child that is an entrepreneur, that's a phenomenal Facebook group to be in. Raising a Mogul. All them folks in there got kids who are entrepreneurs. And I'm telling you, some of them kids are killing it. Killing it. Got their products in Target.
So do you think it's innate in these kinds of kids, or is that something that can be, can you teach entrepreneurship? Can you teach that, James?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So do you know Mario Armstrong? You know Mario, right?
Yes.
So Mario has his Never Settle TV show. It's a YouTube channel. He's got a new season. And this is the exact topic that he was talking about, I think on Monday or Tuesday. And Mario's like, yeah, absolutely. You can learn entrepreneurship, right? But, can you teach somebody the mindset of an entrepreneur? Probably. But for me, it's innate. It's in my bones. Like if you read enough and you see the quotes from like Steve Jobs and people like that, and Ben Horowitz, the one consistent theme, the one thing that separates the successful entrepreneurs from the unsuccessful ones is the successful ones, they simply don't quit. So if you're not a persistent person, and if you're not a resilient person, you should probably keep your day job.
Wow. That's it in a nutshell. So how do people move through rejection? There's a lot of no's in entrepreneurship.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of door shutting.
Oh yeah.
How do you steel yourself against?
Yeah.
How do you steel yourself to get up the next day and say, you know what, I gotta go knock on this door?
It's easy for me because I don't take it personally. It's not personal. It's never personal. So, my goal is to send 100 emails to influencers. Like, hell, I don't email Oprah. Actually, I've been in touch with Oprah's people over the last several months because I found the way, because I'm real sneaky like, right? I went on LinkedIn and I got her email address and I got her assistant's email address. I use this great tool called Contact Out. If you need to get people's email address, write this down. Contact Out. You can click on a person's bio, click on the browser, the Chrome browser, and Contact Out. And like, I swear to you, like 7 or 8 out of 10 times, their email address shows up. You can get their email address, you can send them an email, right? And then you got to know how to effectively send cold emails. This is one chapter in my book about how a cold email got my business featured on the super popular tech blog, cnet.com. And got us $7,000 or $8,000 in sales. But guess what? We weren't seeing that again. He emailed me. We're back. We were on that thing about a month or 2 ago. But you have to know how to communicate asynchronously because you can call people. Most people don't answer the phone. I don't even listen to my voicemails half the time. So don't even bother leaving me a voicemail. So how do you want to get my attention? You need to know how to send an email with a great subject line that will A, get me to open it, and B, just couple sentences, man. Like, you got to hit people right between the eyes, And so I found this article that that writer posted on his blog about the 5 mistakes people make when they're pitching him for PR. And I was like, oh, this is dope. So I went and I wrote him this email following his rules. And I say, hey, I saw your article. Hopefully I didn't violate the rules. You know, and I swear I sweated, send. I send that thing. Within a couple hours, he hit me back. He was like, yo, this is great. Not another Bluetooth speaker. He's like, yeah, let's do it. But so you got to know your audience, right? You got to use words that resonate with them. Make sure you put a link to the website. Make sure you don't use bad grammar, right? And keep it short and sweet. That's it.
So do you have any interest in teaching an online web class?
No, I don't, man. I've done some.
Don't. Very good.
I've done some live videos. Like, for example, people are like, oh my God, how'd you get your business on a Today Show 3 times? Good Morning America, Martha Stewart, Money Magazine, DIY Network, Yahoo Tech, Wall Street Journal, USA Today. I did all of that almost by myself.
And so you don't want to teach a little class, where people pay you to hear what you're talking about? And you can do it from the comforts of your lovely home.
You know, maybe I could, but so effectively, I've shared the 3 tips that you need to be able to have to do this that have worked for me. So there's no silver bullet, first of all, right? There's always a combination. There's always a combination of luck and hustle. But there's 3 tips that I would tell people. One is, and I can't remember if this is the order or not because it's been a while since I shared them. But you gotta know how to send cold emails. We just talked about that. Right? You have to add cold email marketing to your emails to your marketing quiver. You got to use online tools to figure out who's writing about whatever the subject is that matters to you. So I think like Press Farm might be one where you could go, and it's $30-$40 a month, whatever. It's a very small investment. I haven't checked them in a while, so maybe their business model has changed. But figure out who's writing about what you want to know about. Go find out who it is, then go get their email address, and then go send them a cold email, right? It's that simple. And then, because the truth is, nobody's going to be able to articulate with as much passion and enthusiasm your vision as you. You could hire a PR person, but they're not going to have the same. If they have some contacts, that's great in your space, you know. But the other thing about PR is PR doesn't always equal cash flow.
Yeah,
PR is great,
yeah,
but
I see that with people, and I see it with people in advertising. You know, because I run a newspaper too. And people think if they just put one ad in, that's going to be the end all be all. I was like, no, you have to. I mean, you have to have a whole advertising campaign. One ad is not going to do it.
No, it's not. And then if you do that, you still might not have any success. Right? So how do you cut through the clutter? Right. So the other thing is you need to have a community, build a community before you need it. So get into some of these Facebook groups. Like there's some great Facebook groups online. One is Traffic, Sales, and Profit with Lamar Tyler. That's predominantly African Americans. And you have the Entrepreneur Exchange on Facebook. There's like tens of thousands, I think, of people in there. And that was actually started by some people who were all on Shark Tank. It used to be called Shark Tank Exchange, but Shark Tank started giving them a bunch of crap, so they changed it to Entrepreneur Exchange. But so go in those groups, like engage with people, suck up what the knowledge and information people are sharing, be helpful, share, give. So then when you need some help with something, guess what? People are willing to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
been your experience?
Huh?
That's been your experience?
Well, yeah, but that for me, that's only part of it, right? But yes, that definitely has helped some, absolutely. But it's a variety of things. But you got to be focused. You got to be diligent. You got to be persistent. And you need somebody like me who's going to take a look at what you think you fit to send to somebody and be like, oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, no, don't send that. No. Here's how you need to tweak that. But even if you tweak it, it goes back to your question about the rejection. I'm sending emails to 100 influencers. I'm only expecting to get 10 responses.
Okay. So, James, does there ever come a time when you're like, all right, I have to let this go?
Well, of course.
Or do entrepreneurs ever say that? Do they ever say,
yeah,
or do you just pivot and shift to the next thing?
I wrote about that in the book. Yes, of course, right? But that's when, you got to have good people around you to help you keep your perspective on things. And sometimes, you should quit. Like for me, WeMontage hasn't knocked the cover off the ball, but we've done about $300,000 in sales. I've got product validation. So, for me right now, where I've been working on with the business is really changing it up because we should be doing $300,000 a month. I'm changing it up to more of a B2B to C business model. So like I've been talking to some big online home improvement retailers. I mean, I ain't gonna say no names now, but you can figure out who I'm talking about. And like one of them, phenomenal meeting. They loved it, floated internally, wanted to have a second meeting with the team for the online decor space. The Rona hit. Oh, damn. Right. Another Midwest company like that, we sent back the signed vendor docs. They were doing some beta testing of some tech on their site. Once that was fixed, we were going to be on. Now what? The Rona hit. So all the pause buttons hit on all that. So, but to answer your question is, you have to be thoughtful, mindful. So yeah, I was looking to really pivot the business model from B2C to B2B to C or to B2B. And that's where my focus has been with WeMontage. But right now I'm not really, I mean, I'm going to do some promotions now for Mother's Day. I did some stuff for the social distancing stuff. So I'm being opportunistic about how I'm promoting the business. But beyond that, right now I'm really focused on getting this foundation off the ground. But WeMontage is never going anywhere. The product is too brilliant. It just is.
It is. It is. So have you pulled together a board for your foundation?
I'm working on that right now, actually. I'm working on that.
Okay. See, I see the little gears in your head turning. I hear them.
Yes.
I like this idea of a foundation because is there other foundations out there like that?
No.
I mean, I know a
No.
bunch of organizations, a bunch of community foundations have jumped up to help address in this coronavirus world, but they didn't exist prior to.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long they'll stay around beyond. But
So,
you're talking about an ongoing sense of support.
Oh yeah. So like the Kaufman Foundation. Kaufman Foundation is huge with entrepreneurship, right? I reach out to them cats. I'm like, yo, how many of y'all's people are actually parents and entrepreneurs? They're like, well, we don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? I bet you at least half of them jokers in your network are parentpreneurs. I'm like, all right, so that's an opportunity for me to fill the void. And I know just anecdotally from my experience and hundreds of other people just like me, what that experience is like and what resources they need. And so I'm not taking any of that for granted because I'm still crowdsourcing, asking people on social media, like, hey, what do you need? And so like they need community. So I created a Facebook group. I haven't promoted it or anything yet. They need, some of them want like spiritual and religious support. Oh, wow, great. I just found this one thing called the Church for Entrepreneurs. I started looking around that thing. Yeah. Church for Entrepreneurs or Church for Entrepreneurship. Hang on, what's it? I got the browser up right here. What's that thing called? Church for Entrepreneurs. Yeah. So I started looking around in that thing, B. I'm like, wait a minute, this is super dope. And I like joined. This is dope.
Like a little resource. You're like a resource.
For me?
Like you're your own foundation. Like you're the guy to go to for information. Like you're like Google in real time.
Well, I appreciate it, but listen, we live in a very celebrity and influencer driven environment, right?
Yeah.
So because I'm not that yet, because wait till we start doling out this money, it's going to be a whole different scenario. But yeah, so I share these things, but because I'm not, Damon John or Gary Vaynerchuk, the response is not as overwhelming as you might think it would be, but it doesn't matter. Like I do have these nuggets. I share freely. To give is to receive, and I'm happy to give. And, I'm blessed and people give to me when I need it. And I'm thankful for that. So, I don't sweat it, man. I don't sweat it.
So do you talk about, can you talk a little bit about entrepreneurs? How do they balance work-life, family,
Lord have
and
mercy.
doing this? Is that a myth or can?
Yeah, I think work-life balance is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's just, I think work-life integration is a better way to describe it. Like, how can you effectively integrate all those things into your life in a way that they are all healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thought process to me. Like, excuse me, like, so for example, I'm actually doing a parentpreneur workshop at Atlanta Tech Village here next Tuesday. It's free to the public. If you go to atlantatechvillage.com or ATL Tech Village, just Google Atlanta Tech Village, and it's next Tuesday. How to effectively parentpreneur during the Rona, right? With social distancing. How you doing that? And so, I got some great tips for people. But I would say my number one thing in that instance, and I think it transcends this situation and it applies to the question you ask in some meaningful way, which is like, we have to have grace for ourselves and for our children, right? So, I mean, I have to do the homeschooling with the twins, and they got all this stuff. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. I'm like, man, I ain't doing all that. Right? Because I can't. I don't have the capacity. Right? I don't. And everybody else is having the same problem. So y'all ain't fitting to make me run mentally off a cliff, because I'm telling you right now, I used to have a glass of wine before after I put the kids to bed, and that translated, moved to once I started homework, and now we homeschooling. 12 o'clock after lunch, I got a glass of wine. So back to, I'm ridiculous. That's why you got me on here. So back to my point about grace. So I spent about an hour and a half with each one of the kids, doing work with them, the various online assignments and whatnot. And then we'll do some creative things around the house sometimes. And then, you know what? I let them go play. Go in the backyard. Xbox is a godsend. Thank you, Xbox. Xbox One, digital. I ain't got all the clutter, the cartridges and whatnot. Digital, online, baby. And so you got to have grace. Be graceful. Have some grace for yourself. Give yourself some grace, because the reality is the entire world is going through the same thing. So your kids ain't going to get behind, right?
That's a real fear of parents, and that's a good point that you said that.
Yeah, but everybody just got to chill, man. Get some perspective, right? Just chill. Yeah. We can't control everything. Can't.
So what is the ideal James Oliver dream? Like, how will you know that you've reached the success that you see in your heart and mind? Do you know it if you saw it?
Of course. Yeah, of course. I'm very clear about that. Right. So my purpose, and this has been really put on my heart as a result of the journey I've been through. And you, Babz, we talk, man. It's been hard in some places. You know what I mean? But it's but that's how I got to this aha moment. Where okay, entrepreneurship, the book, the blog, the foundation, and so here's my vision. My vision is to get to $20 million in sales for WeMontage. I can tell you that is simply 55 8-foot by 10-foot WeMontages a day around the world. To me, that is insanely attainable. But how do I get there? Unless I could raise a couple $1 million on the B2C side, it's not going to happen. And I'm not looking to raise capital right now. So I got to flip the model. I got to go B2B to C. So I'm working on that, right? So when I get to that, then I can sell my business for $50 million, because I know that comparable businesses in my space, they sell for 2 to 3 times revenue. So that's $50 million, right? So now I have enough money to be financially free. You don't cuss on your radio show, do you?
No.
Okay. So I'll have a certain kind of money, put it that way. Right? I know that's hard for you, though, not cussing on the radio. But that's hard for you. Yeah, she laughed. So I'll have FEFU money, right? And I can do whatever I want. And then the other thing is, I want to be an example to my children of what's possible when you live a life of purpose, right? And you're intentional about that. And you're intentional about having financial freedom, right? So then from there is, how can I inspire other parentpreneurs to be the best possible parent and entrepreneur they can be? Well, that's the foundation, right? So now I get to travel the world, because it's going to be global. I already told you I got cats from Africa signing up on a thing, writing books, speaking, traveling the world, providing resources for these people and just being there for my children to be a resource for them so they can be delightful human beings. That's it.
That's a very spiritual and hopeful definition of success. It's
That's it.
That's a wonderful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Not at all what we are used to hearing about people. Not at all. Cars, houses.
But I'm have all that. I just told you I'm have financial freedom. I can do that if I want, right? I'll have that if I want. But all that's temporary. That doesn't bring satisfaction.
Yeah.
I'm talking financial freedom to be able to have the freedom to do whatever I want. That's real freedom.
I feel you in that regard. I'm trying to carve that out for myself now. And I think you're absolutely right. I think this age of coronavirus will, for some, not all, for some, bring a great deal of clarity about how they want to live moving forward.
That's right.
Whether you're an entrepreneur or a parentpreneur or just a single sister just trying to have some financial freedom so she can buy the apartment in Paris and the estate in Kigali.
Exactly. Oh, before I forget, hold your next thought though. Before I forget, going back to about how to get PR. One other really great tip that I got from Mario is the easiest way to get PR is to inject yourself into an existing conversation.
Wow. How do you do that? Give me an example of
that. I just did. I gave you 2 examples. I mean, I created a press release around how to stay connected to senior loved ones in assisted living during social distancing.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's great.
Right.
And people are like, aha.
Right.
That's nice if you could contract with nursing homes and every time some new member comes, what do they call member resident? Sometimes a new resident comes, you engage with the family, you get all their pictures.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to that. That's a great idea because I'm gonna go back to that because before when I was pitching them years ago, those people are lazy, right? They were like, oh, you got to reach the family members. I'm like, well, how am I going to reach the family members? Y'all got the email addresses, not me. But now things are changed. So that's a really great tip. Things have changed. These people are probably desperate for their residents to help them stay in the game and feel connected and loved. So today I'm going to do that. I'm going to reach out to some of these places. Like, I know y'all would give me the Heisman before, but what's up now, yo?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it would make sense for them to sort of say, you know what?
They should blast it out to their residents. Like, hey, I know people. Yes, it's about timing, right? This is a good time for me to revisit that. So thank you for that tip. I'll put your commission check in the mail. Don't worry. Let me know what your cash app. Let me know what your cash app is. Cash app. It's your cash app.
Don't make me hire the sharks to come after you now.
Hey, I'm a cash out. I'm a cash out. Cash out.
Then I see the news and I see some senior living facility and I see WeMontage on the walls.
Cash out. You my cash out. Like that's your financial freedom right there. Cash out. Crazy.
It's been a pleasure. You should come on more often and talk. I truly enjoy it.
Well, you know how we do it. I appreciate it. But let me just keep grinding and keep. Yeah, well, just let me know. When I come on, I want to have something to talk about, right? So let me just keep doing my thing. I'll keep moving things forward, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the progress and update of all this. So I'm actually on the my PR horse this week, and so don't be surprised you look up and see the foundation on CNN because I'm not playing. That's the level I'm playing on right now. Mm-hmm. And so the foundation is parentpreneurfoundation.org. If you know somebody that is a parent entrepreneur, they want to sign up and they need resources, send them over there, sign up, tell a friend. This is legit. This is not, we're just going to share your stuff on social media. My kids can't eat likes and shares, man. Get out of here with that. Right? I'm serious, man.
Like that.
I
can't eat life in shares either. So
No.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
And this would be a nice resource for photographers. Because, you know, my girlfriend Carissa hit you up too. Like, she liked you. She was like, she was very intrigued by what you do.
Yeah.
She's an award-winning photographer.
Yeah, well, tell her to order something. Them photographers ain't order. Tell her to order something. That was my original business model, working with them photographers. They just, oh, this is great, but they won't go buy it. So whatever.
She might though. She
might. She might.
Impressed by it. You know?
She might. That'll be great.
So,
Come on. Come on.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, what's your cash app? What's your cash app? I love you, Babz. I do. You're awesome.
I want my 35% commission.
Oh, damn. That's half my margin. Well, damn.
I know. Hey. Gotta make my money too. So,
all right.
I'm like Rihanna. I have my money.
All right.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And we'll talk more, but not here. Of course.
All right. Well, send me this recording of this so I can share it out. Send me the recording of this so I can share it out to people.
Harry, our engineer and our radio station manager, he will post this all up. He will tag you if he can find you, which I think he can. And I'll make sure you have it too. It'll be on SoundCloud, and it's live on YouTube. It's live on Twitter.
Right on.
It's live on so it's live. So it's everywhere.
That's what's up.
Thank you, James.
All right, B. I'll talk to you later.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks, Harry. Have a good one. Thank
Spinning to the moonlight.